Hello everyone. We were discussing about the waveguide T's, and in the last class we have seen about E-plane T, and today we are discussing about H-plane T. So, an H-plane T is obtained by securing the auxiliary waveguide perpendicular to narrow arm of the waveguide section. In E-plane T, as we have seen, it was the auxiliary waveguide was uh, secured on the broader wall of this uh, broader wall of this waveguide section. Hope you remember that. Okay. Uh, s- so here in H plane T, what we are doing, we are securing the auxiliary waveguide perpendicular to the narrow arm. Okay. In E plane, we had fixed this to this region, and here it was the broader wall of this waveguide section, and in H plane we are securing the auxiliary waveguide perpendicular to the narrow wall of this waveguide section. Okay, the auxiliary arm, this arm is called the auxiliary arm, and it should lie in the H plane of the dominant mode TE10. Okay, in the main waveguide, it is as shown in this figure. So whenever a wave is incident on the symmetrical side of the arm, that is at port 3, then it splits into two equal in phase waves. Okay, it's whenever a wave is entered here means it is going to split into two equal in phase waves. So in two main arms, that is port 1 and port 2. Okay, so why they are going to be split into two equal in phase means while passing through this H junction, the electric field does not suffer any bending and the junction split one wave into two ports. So there is no bending at all. Usually it was happening in E plane, right? The whatever the wave is incident on it, it used to bend, right? So it is as the bending is not necessary here and it is not happening here. We are getting two equal in phase waves here, right? If suppose two waves are fed from two side arms 1 and 2, okay, then what happens, they are going to be added at auxiliary arm at port 3, right? That is, if we are going to send two waves from uh, port 1 and port 2, then what happens, they are going to get added up and we are going to get the wave at this port 3. Okay, this is the auxiliary arm at port 3. So when a wave incident on the side arm at port 1, then it is again divided symmetrically into two arms, port 2 and port 3, right? So we'll analyze the H plane using S matrix. So in H plane T, there are three possible inputs as we know, uh, and three outputs. So scattering wave can be given as like this S112, S33. For symmetric plane, what happens? The scattering coefficients 1 S13 is equal to S23. Okay, these things we know already. So from the symmetric properties, what is the thing we have learned? It is Sij is equal to Sji. Therefore, S12 is equal to S21, S23 is equal to S32 is equal to S13. Okay, so S13 is equal to, it is as usual S31. Okay, this is the symmetric property, right? S23 is equal to S32, but so the scattering coefficients due to symmetric plane, we are making S13 is equal to S23. So it is given here. S13 is equal to S23 is equal to S32. whatever the way we can assume it. Okay, it is S23 is equal to S32 is equal to S13. Okay, so the port 3 is perfectly matched. So what if it is perfectly matched means port 3 is perfectly matched means the S33 is going to be equal to 0. As port 3 is perfectly matched, then S33 becomes 0. So by using the equations S13 is equal to S23 to S33 is equal to 0, we can write the S matrix as like this. It is S11, S12, S13. It will be as usual. S21. S21 is can also be written as S12. So I'm maintaining the same. Okay. S22, S23. Right. S31 can be written as S13. So it is S13. S23 is also equal to S23 is also equal to S13 here. So I'm writing that S33 is equal to 0. Okay, as the port is perfectly matched, then S33 becomes 0. So from unitary property, we know that the S into S conjugate is equal to 1. So write down for S and S conjugate. So that is equal to the unit matrix. Okay. So as usual, we are going to multiply the row 1, row 2, column 2, and we are going to add them up. So what happens when we sorry. So when we multiply R1 with C1, we are going to get S11, S11 star plus S12, S12 star plus S13, S13. Sorry, this S13, S13 star. This is the row and this is column. Okay. So that is equal to this one. Okay. And S11 square plus S12 square plus S13 square, as we have uh, these things, no? So this equation can be written as like this. That is equal to 1. So we'll multiply row 2 with column 2. That is S21. So row 2 with column 2. So what we are going to get? We get S21 into S12 star. Okay. S22 into S22 star. S13 into S13 star. Right. So it is not 2 1, it seems it is 1 2 we can write here. Right. So here you can observe that is S12 because S21 is equal to S12 we have already seen, right? So S12 into S12 star, S22 into S22 star, S13 into S13 star. Okay, so that can be written as S12 square plus S22 square plus S13 square is equal to 1. So from this equation and this equation, so if we compare these two, what we are going to get is, observe that those two equations. So what we have, there is S13 square, S13 square, right? So S12 square, we have S12 square, okay, right? So we have 1 and 1, okay. So what happens? S11 square is equal to S22 square we are going to get, right? Or otherwise it is S11 is equal to S22. So now we'll take R3 and C3, row 3 and column 3. That is S13 into S13 star, S13 into S13 star, 0, right? S13 square plus S13 square is equal to 1. This implies 2 S13 square is equal to 1 and S13 becomes 1 over root 2. Right? Any doubt in this? If you have any doubts, you can contact me, right? So again, we are going to multiply row 3 with column 1. So we'll get S13, S11 star, S13 into S12 star. Okay, S13 into S11 star plus S12 star. Since S13 is not equal to 0, what we are going to get is S11 star plus S12 star. If I equate that to 0, S11 star is equal to minus of S12 star, or otherwise it is S11 is equal to minus of S12. Again, we'll write uh, these equations, that is for S13, right, and for S11 again, that will be, those things are going to be used in this equation. S11, S22, S13. Okay, if we substitute S11 as S11 plus S11 square, because S11 is equal to S22, we have proved in this equation when we multiplied R2C2. So S11 square plus S11 square plus this half, that is so as I was telling you, we are using these equations in this equation, right? S12 square plus S22 square plus S13 square. S12 is nothing but, here we have seen, yeah, here S12 is nothing but S11. So square it, S11, okay? S11 is nothing but S12. So here it is S12 square. So I'm going to use that here. Instead of S12, I'm writing S11. Again, S11 for S22. Okay, S22 is also nothing but S11. So I'm retaining the S11 at the place of S22. Again, plus S13. S13 is 1 by root 2. So 1 by root 2 whole square is nothing but 1 by 2 is equal to 1. This one. Okay. So 2S1 square is equal to half. As we take this half on to this side, means we'll get this as half. Again, S11 square is equal to 1 by 4, or S11 is equal to 1 by 2. So from equations, this S11 is equal to S22 and S13 is equal to 1 by root 2. So S12 becomes equal to minus 1 by 2 and S22 becomes equal to 1 by 2. So using these values, whatever we have calculated in the S matrix, what we are going to get is S11 as half, S12 is minus half, S13 is 1 over root 2, S21 or S12 is equal to minus half, S22 is half, S23 is 1 over root 2. S31 or 13 is equal to 1 over root 2. S32 or 13 is 1 over root 2 and S33 is 0. Therefore, the output of three different ports is going to be calculated as B is equal to S into A. That is, B is equal to S into A. Right? So, in that format, we can write it as like this. Okay. So, write the equations for B1. That is, B1 is equal to row into column. You just add them up. We are going to get B1, B2, B3. Okay, so we'll consider two cases here. When the input applied to the port 3, only we are going to apply input only to port 3. What happens then? A3 is 0, A1, A3 is not equal to 0 as we are applying the input, and A1 and A2 are going to be equal to 0, right, at the initial stages. Then output from equations, these equations, what we are going to get. So a3 is not equal to 0, a1 and a2 are equal to 0. So uh, keep this thing and this thing as 0. What we are going to get, it is 1 by a3 by root 2. So as a1 and a2, we are applying input only at port 3. So a1 and a2, port 1 and port 2, we are making that as uh, a1 and a2 are 0. So we are getting b1 is equal to a3 by root 2. So what happens b2 then? If a1 and a2 are 0, what exactly is b2? It is also equal to b2 is equal to a3 by root 2 only, right? a3 by root 2. What about b3? As a1 and a2 are 0, so a1, a2 0, so b3 becomes equal to 0. So input power divides between port 1 and port 2. It is also a 3 dB splitter, we can call. Okay. So 3 dB splitter means, if we are taking an example of P1, P2, P3, that is port 1, port 2, port 3 are different ports of E or H plane, then the total output power is given by P3 is equal to, as we are feeding the inputs at port 1 and port 2, so port 3 is equal to the sum of port 1 and port 2. Okay. Suppose if input power at port 1 is equal to port 2, then P1 becomes equal to port 2. Therefore, the total power becomes P3 is equal to P1 plus P2. No. So, P3 becomes equal to 2P or 2P1. Okay. Therefore, the amount of power coming out of port 1 or port 2 is due to the input at port 3. So consider case 2, where a1 is equal to a2 is equal to a, and a3 is equal to 0. In the previous case, a3 is not equal to 0 and a1 and a2 were equal to 0. What we are making here, we are considering a3 as 0 here, a1 and a2 are equal to a. Therefore, the equations, what we are going to get, the equations b1 is equal to a, that is half a1 is nothing but a by 2, as a1 is nothing but a, that half a1 is a by 2, minus half a2 means a2 is also a, this is a by 2. According to these three equations we are writing. Okay, a1 and a2 are equal to a and a3 is equal to 0 we are applying here. So what we are getting it as, so b1 is equal to a by 2 minus a by 2 plus a3 by root 2. Okay, so as this is a3 by root 2 is equal to 0, b1 becomes equal to 0, as these two gets cancelled with each other and this becomes 0 as a3 is 0. So b2 is what? b2 is nothing but minus half a1 plus half a2 plus 1 by root 2 a3. Therefore, a1 is a minus a by 2 plus a2 is also a by 2 plus a3 by root 2. a3 by root 2 is 0. So these two gets cancelled with each other. So b2 also becomes equal to 0. What about b3? The equation for b3 is 1 by root 2 a1 plus 1 by root 2 a2. Right? So a1 by root 2 plus a2 by root 2. Right? So a by root 2 plus a by root 2. So the output power at port 3 is the addition of powers at port 1 and port 2, and they are in the same phase. Okay. So in the next class we'll consider the hybrid magic T. Okay. Um, Okay, we shall continue in the next class. Thank you so much.